Are you ready? Stand by.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Christian, and today we're gonna unbox my newest addition. So for those of you that don't know, I actually have been dabbling in USPSA competitions. I've shot 2 so far. Third one's coming up in November. I've been using my Canik rival, Canik SFX rival, the polymer version. There are a few upgrades: the Taylor Freelance brass backplate, some magazine extensions, some springs from Sprinko, just to eke out whatever performance I can get out of that gun. However, I was convinced, some might call it bullied, but I was definitely convinced to upgrade. So I actually went and bit the bullet, so to speak, pun intended. And I've got a new BZ Shadow 2 Optic ready version. I've actually had this for a couple days now, but I've opened it, of course, and looked at the firearm, but I have left it in the box. I haven't done anything with it because, unlike Canik, this doesn't come with everything you need to be ready right out the box. So I had to order an Optic plate for it, which came today. An Optic plate, got an extra magazine. Sorry, price number just came today from Ben Stoker's Pro Shop. Got an extra magazine with a +4 extender, and then an extra Henning +4 to 5 extension. All legal for US PSA carry optics as far as size and everything. So I do have other things that I'm waiting for, but got this today. I'm pretty excited to get the mount on there for the base, the plates. That's the word I'm looking for. The plate for the Optic on there, and getting the Optic on there. And we will be pulling this off of the Canik rival, my Holosun 507 comp, the green dot. We're gonna go ahead and put that on the new CZ Shadow 2. So let me go ahead and switch cameras and we'll go ahead and open her up. All right, so got a little precarious tabletop camera setup here. I'm not spending $100 on a setup or anything like that, so apologies if it's shaking or there's anything weird about it, but I will look at it in post and make sure everything looks good. So here it is. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up. All right, CZ Shadow 2. Ooh, it's nice and heavy. Love that about this thing. It still has a sticker on there. Comes with 3 mags. All 3 mags have a +2 extender on there. These are all 17 round mags +2, making them 19 rounds each. I'll go ahead and set these aside for right now. Oh, I did take one thing out of here. The lock. The lock that comes with every firearm purchase. It went right directly into the bin of all the locks I have. Oh. Cleaning rod. Instruction kit. Warranty. Caution. Alright. Looks like we got some extra, I think these are a recoil spring. I forget the technical term of these, but it goes on the recoil spring. I mean the guide rod recoil spring. And then some Allen wrenches. Alright, so let's check her out. Gun is clear, no mag. Okay. Here she is.
It is a hammer fired, double action, single action firearm. Actually, I don't know the size. I think what's the size of this barrel? I honestly don't remember. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. The actual size of this barrel. Looks like it's 4.4.5 maybe? Close to 5? I don't know. My first hammer fired gun. But we're gonna go ahead and work on putting the Holosun Optic with this plate on there. Some other things that I have coming in for the firearm is some lock grips. Gonna be replacing these with some black lock grips, the lockjaw ones. And what else do I have? Oh, the holster. I got a carnivore holster coming in next week, and that should be competition ready. I am going to, in the future, you all let me know if any of you have any experience with the Cajun Gunworks Pro upgrade. I've already seen why I want to get it, but you guys let me know how necessary you feel it is. But let's go ahead and take a look. Just gonna put this away. Alright, I had it somewhere. Here it is. So the only hammer fired firearm 1911 that I've ever taken down was when I was in the army many moons ago, and I only ever broke it down into just field stripping so I can clean it. So it was real simple, had a takedown lever, all this stuff. It was the easiest thing to take down and learn. So I had to, while I had this for the last day or so, I have just looked into how to take it apart, how to take this down, field strip, and then again, planning to get the Cajun Gunworks Pro package on here, which will require some work on this being done. So I'm gonna have to look into how to do that, or if I'm gonna have to get a gunsmith to do it. But straight out of the box. Now, if you don't know, in carry optics, you actually have to start off double action, right? So they say make ready, put the magazine with the round in, chamber it around. You need to either with your thumb or with your index and thumb on the other hand, pull the trigger and put the hammer down here, and then holster. Your first shot needs to be double action. So in other words, double action is where pulling the trigger will cock the hammer and release it. Those are the two actions. Like so. Single action is after you do double action, obviously the slide will reciprocate. You fire a shot, the hammer is cocked, then it's single action, and it's just a very light trigger pull and a short reset to get it ready to go for your next shot. But yeah, there's a lot of hype about this gun and carry optics. But I wanted to take some quick measurements on the double action and single action pull. There you go. 8.58. .70. 8.42. All right, so obviously double action is about 8.5 pounds. Now let's take a look at the single action. .08. So used to striker fired, I almost racked the slide for that. 2.44. .62. We'll do one more. 2.82. So just under a 3 pound pull, 2.5 to 3 pounds. That's very good out the box. Alright, so just going around the horn with this again, it is a fiber optic red front sight right there, adjustable rear sight, again hammer fired, and then I had it somewhere. Let's check the weight on this. I felt this instantly. I don't know if you guys can see the numbers well here, but I can tell instantly how much heavier this was than my polymer rival.
It's so heavy.
This is 43.5 ounces. Let's try it this way. 43.5 ounces, and with an empty magazine, which is what they would weigh it, 47.1 ounces. So I guess this is 2.6 ounce, 3.6 ounces, yeah. Math wasn't mathing. Okay. So there's the weight. The rival, which I kind of have it packed up right now, so I'm not going to go ahead and pull it out. But I had the polymer rival with the Taylor Freelance weighted backstrap and Taylor Freelance weighted magazine base plates for two of the magazines. And when I have them all together, it was 30 ounces. So this is a whole pound heavier with the magazine. All right, let's put this away. So takedown on this is interesting. I'm not going to do it right now or for this video. Yeah, I think that's all. I mean, it's got an extended magazine release here. This actually feels decent for me, but I am getting, so this is actually pretty narrow from what I'm used to. So what I have coming next week, it'll be here Tuesday-ish next week. I have the lock, and I'll probably just show it to you here on the screen on the computer, but the lock grips the lockjaw, and that's what I'll be putting onto here, and then of course the Optic, and yeah. But here is how to take down field strip. It's easy shadow too. See this notch is here. I mean, striker fired weapon, you would typically just, do this, take down lever, slide it forward, pull the trigger, slide it forward. With this, you gotta pull the hammer, make sure it's cocked, line up these two right here, and for me, I actually hold it like this, flip it over, and I have to push this pin out, which is your slide stop. But this thing's a pain, at least until I've done it a few times. I put this on here so I don't mar the slide, of course. I mean, it's going to happen eventually, but I don't want it to be before I even fired it. And then videos I watched said to try to use the end of this magazine. Don't use a punch, you can use the corner of the magazine and it'll be there, and it works. So now that I have it, I can kind of release the tension while I re-grip, line it up again, wiggle out your slide lock lever, and then just push it forward. And there you go. Now we can go ahead and set the frame aside. Here is the recoil spring assembly and guide rod. This is the extra thing that I was telling you about. They gave me extra of these. And then there's the barrel. Alright, so now that that's all cleared and out of the way, we can go ahead and take this apart. So now that we've got this unscrewed with some dry, brittle ass blue Loctite on there, I'll go ahead and pull this off. I'll let this slide off. Now, if you ever want to go ahead and put this back on, there's a cross pattern. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. Let me see. cross pattern here will match up with the cross pattern that you have at the bottom of your plate here. And then the screws will only match directly with those holes. Alright. So again, you also have the cross pattern on the bottom of this. That lines up with the weapon there. Screw holes are good to go. We will be using these screws, but I am going to have to grab some Loctite first. There you go. Beautiful. Now, we've got, actually I already have the dot occluded from when it was on the rival. I'm just going to leave it on there. And these are the posts that go here, indicating this is for an RMR cut. We have the torque wrench or torque screwdriver set up to 18 inch-pounds. Snap. Snap. Beautiful. Alright, now let's go ahead and get her put together. Alright, now that that's put together, we're going to go do our thing again where we line up the two notches on the rear here. I'm going to put my hand here and we're going to go ahead and just push this back through. The long piece goes in the circle, the square piece goes into the square, and that's how we put it back together. Now she is good to go. And now she's got a dot. Now let me turn this light off so you can see it. You can see it. Just wanna, there we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Alright, you enjoyed? Like, subscribe, comment, let me know, share. Until next time, take care everybody.